Welcome to News Insight. Wow, Nigeria on the march again. Looking for...
Is that MK Abiola
yes,
slogan?
Yes. You know, that's SDP.
Yes.
Nigeria on the march again. Looking for Mr. President.
SDP everywhere.
All right, Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last election, visited Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi State, yesterday, and they made a profound statement. He said, I'm looking forward to working with you. What do you make of that?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think anybody would, by this time, waiting to work with Peter Obi. Essentially, he came on board, nobody gave him a chance. If you see today, a lot of people were saying, oh, SDP shouldn't make the mistake that LP made. They are calling it a mistake because they were even able to galvanize the people and they were able to make a substantial vote. So any person or personality that was able to galvanize the kind of followership will be galvanized within 8 months to election.
A short window.
Within a short while.
An unknown party.
Unknown party. Every other person would want to work with him. And this is the touch that Obi need to work with a touch of politics. That was what LP lacked in the last election.
In fact, that's what Peter said on this platform.
Yes.
The last time. He said politicians.
A touch of politics. So if they can come with a touch of politics now, presumably under SDP, nobody knows. But let's keep it open like that.
The momentum is gathering, Philip.
Yes.
Every day. And let me tell you, I was quite worried when I said that it looks like nothing is happening.
Yeah.
I didn't see my projection, but in the past 2 weeks, there's been a shaking. Philip, how do you see it?
You see, the visit of Peter Obi to the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed, was very significant, in the Nigerian political space, in the sense that Bala Mohammed is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. Bala Mohammed is a known ally of Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of PDP in the last election. Bala Mohammed has been in stiff opposition to the sitting government. He has aired his voice over and over on the discontent with the activity of the government. Obi said one thing when they were together. He said he has come to consult with, Bala Mohammed. And Mohammed, in reply, said they discuss a lot of challenges from state by state, and that whether you like it or not, Obi is the opposition in Nigeria today. So when you see this kind of meeting and this kind of statement coming from this kind of caliber of people, you know that things are happening,
But Bala Mohammed, let's take a quick look at his personality.
Yeah.
He was not in PDP.
Yeah.
He was in, I think, AMPP or so. And he was a senator. During the Yaradua Goodluck embargo, he came up and said, Nigerian cannot have a vacuum. We must have a president we can see.
That's right.
So he didn't mind the fact that Jonathan was from the South.
Yes. You see, that is why people are preempting every move by the day. Looking at Bala Mohammed being in the mainstream might look like Atiku might want to relax, okay? Because Bala Mohammed is a very, very good forerunner of Atiku in many cases, except in this case of supporting Jonathan. Bala Mohammed was stoutly behind Jonathan.
Yes.
He worked for him. Even before starting to work for him, he was already speaking for him.
Oh, yes.
You understand? He was in the House of Reps. You understand?
Yeah.
So Bala Mohammed is this kind of personality that's grossly accepted in the South because he's detribalized.
Very,
very detribalized and very, very sound. Imagine this last time that they were talking about tax reform and all that. You saw his voice telling the president, Bala Mohammed,
do things right.
Then you must put the people first. Bala Mohammed is a people-centric personality. Do you understand? So when you pair somebody like that for any reason, bring him into the coalition that is going to face Tinubu, I'm very, very certain that he will galvanize a lot of people.
Now, let's look at the person of Peter Obi. So we are putting them together, not as a presidential and running mate. No. I mean, as a team. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That we want to deliver. He said, because, the other day, not too long ago, the PDP Governors Forum came out and said there's nothing like Obi and El-Rufai. But in a twist of time, this one is happening. What do you make of it?
We said it here, that we said there's no smoke without a fire.
Yes.
It's furtherance to that unconfirmed truth.
Yes.
We have seen some confirmation.
Yeah.
Peter Obi, you said as a person, is from the Far East, and is a man of strong character, and is a people-oriented person. Like he said, Bala Mohammed also have those,
traits.
Attributes. So if you bring these two people together, that would be a real force to think of. And to think that presently Bala Mohammed is coordinating the PDP governors. And he said it yesterday. He said, we don't want to create that in anybody's mind, in the like Doubting Thomas, that we have agreed to work with Peter Obi. And that's what we're saying here today. That's what he said in his statement. So these two people had character that you can rely on, and this is the character that we're looking for in this country. These are men of character and integrity. Bala Mohammed has shown it when the ships were down, when Nigeria were having problems.
Yes.
With the
Goodluck Jonathan era.
Exactly. Yes. When there was no president or there was president was sick or president was not sick. He said, no, let's do things right. So, and Obi has always said, look, we should do things right. And when Obi also made a statement there, yes, he said, look, it is time to move forward, to move Nigeria from where we are to productive government. And that's what we're all looking for. I think the two force is a force to reckon with. And if they can, bring it, and it's not just the two of them, all the forces, all the coalitions will come together and form a formidable force. And like Sowomi said in Port Harcourt, that look, we will go around the country and we'll bring the best among us. That's what we'll feature. I think they are working towards the right direction.
Now let's look at with a little digression or something like that. Let's look at PDP. PDP is almost becoming an empty shell as we speak, because the fight from PDP is coming from within, and it's trying to destroy the party. So there was a new PDP in the era where they had APC coming, but now I really wonder how PDP is going to fare after all these things have happened. Okafor.
Yeah, you see, there is this clear signal that PDP is in disarray. There's no doubt about that. Okay, it is unfortunate that with all the governors they have, they are not able to put their house in order. They allowed Wicked to penetrate them and decide to determine what governors should determine, and it's been very, very terrible. There's no need dancing around that, okay? But let's come down to this coalition that we're saying. It's not about PDP, LP, SDP, like it's now in the news or this or that. It's about moving Nigeria forward. How do we arrive at a Nigeria that works for everybody? It is about pairing P2B and El-Rufai or pairing Bala. Any move now, if you visit anybody now, they say this is Nigeria will pick the presidential candidate and pick the vice presidential candidate. But we should look beyond that. It's about arriving at Nigeria that works for all of us. How do we move forward? What we have at the federal level, is that what we want? Is this sustainable? Can we continue like that? So if at the end of the day, all these people come together and correct the defects of the Labour Party in the last presidential election by not having a political touch, they had the people's touch. They had the voting ability, but they didn't have the counting ability. So if bringing these politicians on board, we make the coalition develop counting ability and ensure that Nigeria gets the best. Excellent. It's beyond PDP.
Okay, so bringing the people, bringing the politician together to form a force and bringing Obi, a movement that cannot be stopped as it is right now, maybe we'll get a better Nigerian that we're really looking up to. Okay, we'll be right back on News Insight.